All right, so this problem is going to be a little bit long, so I'm going to try to take it as much as I can, one step at a time. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to write each of these expressions using fractional exponents. So I'm going to still have 1 to 64 here, but I'm going to write this as z to the 1/2 minus 2 over z to the 1/3, and then we're still going to integrate it with respect to z. All right, now I can rewrite this by dividing out the 1/3 so that I don't have a denominator anymore. So that's going to be still evaluated from 1 to 64, and I'm going to get z to the 1/6, and that's because 1/2 minus 1/3 is equal to 1/6, and then minus 2, and then since I want to bring this up to the top, I'm going to change it to a negative exponent. So this is going to be z to the negative 1/3, and I'm going to be integrating that with respect to z. So now I'm going to just use the normal power rule. So I'm going to raise the exponent by 1 and then divide by the raised exponent. So here I'm going to have z to the 7/6 divided by 7/6, and then minus 2, raise the exponent by 1, negative 1/3 plus 1 is 2/3. So I'm going to have z to the 2/3 divided by the raised exponent. So divide by 2/3. And then I'm going to evaluate that from 1 to 64. So I don't need to put the plus c because I'm going to be evaluating it. Now I'm going to rewrite this portion right here. So 1 divided by 7/6 is going to be 6/7, and then z to the 7/6. So 6/7 z to the 7/6 minus, and 2 divided by 2/3 is 3. So z minus 3 z to the 2/3, and I'm going to evaluate that from 64 to 1. So this next portion, I need to plug in those endpoints on the integral. So I'm going to rewrite this expression, and I'm going to leave where the z is, I'm going to leave a space here. I'm going to leave a blank space with a parentheses. So I'm going to write it 2 times, and I'm going to have them both in parentheses here. So minus, and again, big parentheses, 6/7 parentheses to the 7/6 minus 3 parentheses to the 2/3. Now, for the first one, I'm going to put in this number here, and then I'm going to plug in this number here and here. All right, so I'm going to put 64, 64, and then 1 and 1. So I basically repeat this function 2 times, right here and right here, with a subtraction sign in the middle, and then I just plug in the endpoints that I want. So if I start to figure out what this is, I'm going to get here, okay, 6/7 times 64 to the 7/6 is this horrible number, 768/7, and then minus 3 times 64 to the 2/3, that's going to give me minus 48. And then here, so for this portion, 6/7 times 1 to the 7/6 is going to give me 6/7. And then minus 3 times 1 to the 2/3 is going to give me minus 3. I can then simplify this these portions. So this right here is going to give me 432 over 7. That number minus, and then 6/7 minus 3 is going to give me negative 15 over 7. And then lastly, I can subtract these, 432 over 7 minus negative 15 over 7, and I'm going to get 447 over 7, which is a terrible number, but it is the answer.